today. I'm just driving to pick up my grandkids from school. I'm going to take them back to my house today. They like to come to my house, Nan and Gramps' house, because, well, we have a puppy. You know, that's kind of a big deal, especially for Nathan. Elena is kind of over him because he's been kind of a, I'll try not to say bad words. He's been kind of a D-bag to her. He doesn't understand. She's tiny, and he jumps on her and knocks her down and scares her to death. So anyway, they're going to come back to my house and play on the train table and play with Woody and have lunch and take naps, and then we might go to the park or something because it's a really nice day. I still have this wicked cold, which I think I have colds more often than I don't these days. And you know, it's a price that you pay when you take care of little kids that go to like a day school or a preschool or whatever, because they're exposed to so much. So therefore I am, especially when your grandkids like to pop spit bubbles on your face or your arm, or and you turn around to look at them and they've got a spit bubble and it pops, and kids are freaking gross, but also hilarious, and I love them so much. And I think I don't do enough to discourage them doing things that expose me very closely to whatever germ they might have. But also this sick voice is kind of cool. I sound like I have lived a really rough life. I've been a smoker and drinker, and I've been in a blues band. I only wish. But anyway, like Phoebe on Friends, this phlegmy voice will get better and I won't sound cool anymore. So it's whatever. I'll enjoy it while I can. Excuse me. So let's see what's going on. Not that much. So I did a little bit of gardening today. Not much. I didn't want to get all into it and get filthy dirty and have to take another shower and change my clothes again and then go get the kids because I have to pick them up by 10 to 12. So anyway, I have a lot to do in the garden, have a lot to do in the yard. I got a bunch of stuff yesterday with which I can do it. So tomorrow, I think I have a doctor's appointment. I would like to go to confession and adoration maybe. And then I am going to get down and dirty in the yard. That is my life now. I want to make my yard not so much like what other people would want to see, but what I would want to see. And I feel like my neighbors probably think that what I want to see is not what they want to see. And sometimes that makes me kind of sad, but I also, you have to do it the way it speaks to you. And what speaks to me is not having nothing but turf. I want Matt's good at keeping our front yard really nice. It's really green and healthy grass. But I like the side yard that's full sun, and I've got the arborist chips down, and I've got a raised bed there, and I've got beds up against the house that I am working in, trying to get them looking nice. And Matt has installed from the ground up all the electrical, had to put in receptacles and do all the wiring and everything. He installed 2 light posts out there, and I'm going to make beds around them. It's really nice, it's so I want to put a bench out there once I get the landscaping a little bit nicer, so that I can go out there and just sit out there and enjoy it some summer evening, but I like to have not grassy areas. It doesn't look as nice as my neighbors. One of my neighbors has just the most beautiful green, lush, gorgeous grass you've ever seen in your life. And I just feel like I cannot do it. It takes too much effort or money or time or whatever. And it, to me, I want to do something really interesting and different and creative. And I think in a lot of people's minds that looks trashy. In my mind, it looks interesting. So I apologize wholeheartedly to my neighbors who look at my yard and go, what is she doing there? What is she thinking? Well, I can tell you it's a work in progress, and it's going to get better, but it may never look the way you wish it would as my neighbor. And for that, I am kind of sorry. But I have something in me that can't deal with the mundane. I need something really different. Even if the mundane is beautiful, I love that. I really appreciate that. But it's not for me. I don't want mundane. I want to try new things. I fail all the time, but I learn. And I want to learn all the time. And I am starting from scratch in horticulture. I don't know crap, but you know what? I have learned more in the last 3 years than I've ever learned, because I got out into my yard. I learned my soil. I learned what grows well, what grows terribly. I learned, what kind of soil I have, what minerals and stuff it's made of, what does well in it, what I have to amend. And a lot of it has to be amended. I mean, because a lot of plants don't like, even though rich red clay soil has a lot of nutrients in it and minerals, it's very hard for roots to get established and to find the water, because it's so tight and hard. So a lot of plants can't sustain themselves in that, so I have to amend the soil. And one of the reasons I got arborist chips, which is just like some tree company cut down some big trees, some hardwood trees, and they don't want to pay to dump the chips. So you just sign up online and you agree to let them dump them in your yard, and it's free. So I did that, and it was a pain in the ass. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, it was a pain in the ass. We had mountains of beautiful, wonderful smelling, freshly chipped wood, mountains of it. It was more than I could have imagined. And I think my husband, who is an incredibly tolerant soul, I think he might have possibly considered divorce at that point, because it was really hard work. Oh my gosh, it was hard. No, he didn't really, but if he ever has, I think that might have been one of the times. But we got it all dispersed and spread out, and we're still actually doing stuff with it. There's just kind of piles of it and whatever. You know how I was saying my neighbors probably don't like my yard? Well, yeah, that. But I'm working on it, and the places where we put it down, oh my gosh! You dig an inch below the top of those wood chips, and you've got thousands of earthworms, and the soil is black. And it smells amazing. It's so rich. It's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. So I'm not worried about it. I just got here, and I don't want the kids to see me, because then they'll want to come to me, and there's still 10 minutes left of play, and they're on the playground, and they don't get to do that enough. I don't think so. I'd like for them to do it as much as they can. Oh my gosh, these kids are so cute. I wish I could turn the camera around and let you see, because, I mean, how can you look at a playground full of beautiful, darling little children and be pro-choice or pro-abortion? Every one of these tiny little beautiful souls was a tiny little beautiful embryo and a tiny and little beautiful fetus. And now they're tiny little beautiful, born human beings. The only difference is time and development. They have always been human. They have always been alive. So I think, we all need to really, really think about what we're doing to foster a culture of life and love for life. Anyway, I'm gonna go. We'll talk to you later. Bye.